Now we're on to lesson 3, learn 3. That's the one on setting tabs. This is going to be a little more involved. So click on learn if you haven't done this one, or practice if you need to update. And continue. Okay, let me go through. We got 9 steps on this one. And the first step we're going to do is align our text. So we've done that a little bit already. This one has a lot of typing in it, so we really want to make sure we do it right the first time. So what we're going to do is create a new blank document. So I'm going to go to File and New, Blank Document. And the second thing we'll do is type ABC Media as the title. So I'm going to click into my document, ABC Media. And then in the paragraph group of the Home tab, click Center. So there's Home, Paragraph Group, and Center. Now it wants me to hit Enter. So you notice how Word has centered the text between the margins. And when we press Enter to start a new line, this line is also center aligned. All right, now it wants me to type in Consolidated Balance Sheet. And press Enter. And then type at June 30 and press Enter. So these 3 lines of the report are now centered on the page. In the line below where it says at June 30, we're going to press Control and L. So hold down the Control key and hit the L key, and that's going to apply the left alignment. So it's jumped that cursor over to the left. And then every line after that will be aligned to the left unless we change it. So press Enter again to add a little more space between the title and the reporting that we're going to do. So we have 2 spaces now. And I can click on Mark as Answered and go to Next. So the first thing for step 2, using the tab selector, says on the ruler, click the tab selector until the right tab character appears. Then click at 3.5 inches at the 3.5 inches mark on the ruler. So first of all, make sure your ruler is visible. If you don't see what I have on my screen, you want to go to the View tab and make sure that your ruler is checked. All right, now the tab selector, again, we can kind of hover over things. It's showing us, here's our tab selector right here. And the tab selector shows, or gives us the option of where, when we hit the tab key, where it's going to go. So if I hit the tab key right now, it automatically just moves 1/2 inch. Right, so let me hit the backspace there. But I can select this tab key to make it go anywhere I want it to. But I have to make sure that I'm following the instructions. It wants me to do the right tab. Right now I have left. So if I click on that, now I have this center tab. And I'm going to click it again. And there's my right tab. Let's see if I can get it to show me. There it is. Right tab. So now it wants me to click at the 3.5 inches. So right here, I can go 3.5 inches. There's the 3. 1/2 is in the middle. When I click here, it's going to give me that right tab mark right here. Next, it wants me to click at the 5.5 mark, 5.5 inches. So now I'm going to do the same thing right here at 5.5 inches. I'm going to click and it's going to give me a tab mark. So now I'm setting right aligned tab stops at which I'll enter values in my report. And that will be kind of cool. Watch this. Hit Mark as Answered and go to Next. So aligning text using the tab. So we're going to press tab. So I'm going to go back into my document. Now when I hit that tab key, watch how far my cursor jumps. See, it goes all the way over here, and it's going to be right aligned. So my text is going to end up entering, starting at this point, but going towards the left actually. So we are going to type current year as the title in the first column of values. Now I'm going to hit the tab key again, and it jumps over here to this next one. And that one we're going to title previous year. All right, and then I'm going to hit Enter to start a new line of text. Now it wants us to click on the Home tab and in the paragraph group to click on the Show and Hide Formatting Marks button right here. So now you can see all those marks that have shown up, and this little arrow means there's a tab right there. Okay, remember this one means enter, this one means that there's a tab. All right, we're going to hit Mark as Answered and Next. So now we're going to continue to type in the rest of the table seen in the following. So remember, if you need to adjust your view so you can read it, or if you want to make it smaller so you can see just in case how everything is laid out, you can do that with these keys right here. All right, so we're going to press the tab key to move to the next column and then press enter. So it's a little confusing the way they have it laid out, but what I want you to do first, where your cursor is over here on the left, we're going to type in assets, right? And then we're going to hit enter. And on that next line, we're going to type in cash. Then we hit tab and we type in the $sign amount and 45,430. We're going to hit tab again, and we're going to hit the $sign 44,536, right? So I'm entering in these lines right here. So it's going to be cash, and then I hit tab, first number, tab, second number. Now I'm going to hit enter, and I'll do the second line. So customer deposits, and tab, 85,930, tab again, 75,930. Okay. So at the end, hit enter. And our next line is equipment, comma net, tab over, 234,000. Oops. 824. Tab again, 235,924. Now, something like this is very tedious, right? So we want to make sure we're paying attention to detail so we don't have to do it over again. Hit enter. Buildings, net, tab, 1,927,245. Tab again, 1,927,350. Enter. Total assets. Tab is $sign 2,000,000, comma 293,000, comma 429. Tab $sign 2,283,740. Now we're going to hit enter twice so that there's a space between total assets and liabilities. There's liabilities. I'm going to hit enter. Accounts payable is the first line. Tab, $sign 42,569. Tab, $sign 36,096. Enter. Mortgage payable. Tab, 1,592,742. Tab, 1,592,850. Enter. Total liabilities. Tab, $sign 1,635,311. Tab again, $sign 1,628,946. Enter twice. Shareholders, and make sure you're putting the apostrophe in the right place. Equity. Enter. Share capital. Tab. $100,000. Tab. $100,000. Enter. Retained earnings. Tab. 558,118. Tab. 554,794. Enter. Total shareholders. Again, make sure you're putting the apostrophe in the right spot. Equity. Tab. 658,118. 654,794. Enter. Total liabilities. Oh, I spelled liabilities wrong. Right click on that one. There we go. And equity. Tab, 2,293,500. 429, and then tab again, 2,283,740. Whew. Pat yourself on the back for getting through that one. Click mark as answered and go to next. Now it wants you to press Control and A to select the entire content of the file. So if I click into my document, hold the Control key down and hit A, see how it selects everything? On the Home tab in the paragraph group, click line and paragraph spacing. So Home tab, paragraph group. The line and paragraph spacing icon is the one with the two arrows, one going up, one going down. And we're going to click this little arrow on the side here. And then it wants us to click remove space after paragraph, which is right down here on the bottom. And you notice, like, as you hover over all of these, you see how it changes your document. All right, remove space after paragraph, mark as answered, and next. Now it would like us to select the text from ABC Media to the end of the word assets. So ABC Media to the end of the word assets. So it's getting all of this information right here. And press Control and B to bold the text. So hold the Control key down, press B. All of that is now bolded. Select the 3 title lines of the report from ABC Media to at June 30th. So ABC Media to at June 30. On the Home tab, click the arrow for font size and click 16. There we go. Now our title is larger. The third thing we're going to do is select the total assets line and press the Control key. All right, so we're going to select total assets right here. Now we're going to hold the Control key down and also select liabilities, total liabilities. Oh, let's go back really quick, because guess what I forgot to do? It wants me to select the total assets line. So again, remember, really look at those directions. Okay, so there's the whole line is now selected. Now I'm going to press the Control, holding the Control key down, I'm going to select liabilities. And we want, it says do not release the key until you've selected the total liabilities and equity line. So it wants me to get this whole line. And the last one is the total shareholders equity. We want that whole line. And then we want this one right here. And then with only those lines selected, press Control and B. So I actually let go of the Control key. Now I will hold it again and press B. And now all of that is bolded. Now it wants me to select only the values 2,293,429 and 2,283,740 for the total liabilities and equity row. All right, so I'm going to click here and select just those two. On the Home tab in the font group, click on the font dialog box launcher. Okay, so remember right here, here's font. There's our dialog box launcher. Now it says to do this, and then to do the underline style. There we go. And then right here is this double line option. And then we're going to click OK. So now you can see there's a double line under both of those. So we will click mark as answered and go to next. And then select each of the items listed under assets from cash to 1,927,350. Okay, so here's assets. And we're going to go from cash to 1,927,350. Then on the ruler, we're going to click and drag the left indent marker 2 marks to the right. Okay, so you can see up here on the ruler, we have this little guy right here. These are our indents. So this is for the first line. You'll notice it's made up of 3 parts. There's an upside down triangle up here. There's a right side up triangle down here. And then there's this rectangle at the bottom. So you can move them separately, like this one you can move, and that's the first line. It will change the first line. The second one you can move. Oops, hold on. You got to really be careful where you grab it. You can move it, we'll move the bottom lines, right? Or this bottom one you can grab and it will move all of them. And so again, you can hover over it to see which one you need to select, but we were looking for, what was it? The left indent marker, right? So that's this rectangle down here. And we want to move it 2 marks. So there's 1 mark, 2 marks. And you notice how that moved everything over a little bit? Now it wants me to try using the repeat keyboard shortcut, oh, I can't talk, to indent the items for the other 2 categories in this report. So we're going to select the 2 lines here for liabilities, and then we're going to hold down Control and press Y and see how it jumped it over. So it's repeating what we just did. And then we're going to do the 2 lines for the shareholders' equity, share capital and retained earnings. Now I feel like I missed something because this shareholders' equity isn't bolded. I want to go back and double check to make sure I didn't miss something. Apply formatting. Oh, there it is, shareholders' equity. I want to make sure that's bold. There we go. So it's always good to go back and double check, make sure you've got everything, because it's really easy in here to miss a step. You can see even when I'm reading along with it, it can be really easy to miss a step like that. And in this one particularly, I don't want to have to go back and do it over again. So I'm going to click Mark as Answered. And next, now we're going to adjust the tabs. Okay, suppose you'd like to adjust the columns more to the right to balance the information on the page. So we're going to click on the column headings line, the paragraph that starts with current year, right here. And on the ruler, we're going to drag the 3.5 tab marker 1 mark to the right, or the equivalent of 3.3 inches and 3.62 inches. There we go, I can talk. So you notice how that says moving with me. I'm just grabbing that tab marker right there and moving it over. And then only the current year title on this line was adjusted, but once text is typed, to change the tab setting for the lines of text, you must select which lines of text to indicate to Word that the tab settings on these lines should be affected. So if I wanted to change all of them, I'd have to select them all and drag it. So I'm going to select Mark as Answered and go to Next. Now on the Quick Access toolbar, we're going to click Undo to reverse the last action. So that's up here. Undo. Then we're going to select from the column titles line to the end of the last value for total liabilities and equity. So we're going to go right here. Here's our column lines title, and we're going to go all the way down. And then we're going to adjust the tab settings to our preferences. So we can just mess around with it. We can put them wherever we want, just to try it out. And then we'll click Mark as Answered and show results. Awesome.